All right, so slope on a table, STAAR practice. We were looking for the clue words, so we see that this says rate, so that's a clue that this is asking for the slope. When you're looking for the slope, you have to find the change in y and the change in x. To do that on your calculator, you would do 114 minus 76 to see that there's a change of 38 happening on the y. And then on the x, 3 minus 2 is a change of 1. They're both going up, so that's positive 38 and positive 1. Then you write the fraction 38 over 1 and simplify. To simplify a fraction, you go alpha y equals 38 over 1, which simplifies to just 38. So the slope is 38. On the next question, it's asking for the y-intercept because it says, how much money did Claire have in her savings account before starting her new job? So at the beginning of this, how much money did she have? Not after she worked 5 days, but after she worked 0 days. So you have to continue the pattern. The change in y is 120. The change in x is 5. So I would need to go back 5 to get to 0, which means I'd need to go back 120 to get to 10. So she started with $10. So the y-intercept is 10. Next one, it says which description best represents the data. So this one's both slope and y-intercept. So the change in y, it's going up by 1.5. The change in x, it's going up by 1. I write my fraction, y over x, and simplify. So the slope is 1.5. The y-intercept is when x equals 0. So the starting point is 22, and then each month, or each day, or each whatever, it's going up by 1.5. So letter B would be the correct option. Number 4. What is the y-intercept? The y-intercept is when x equals 0. Whatever is paired with it is the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is -6. What is the rate of change? Rate of change tells me that it wants the slope. The change in y is going up by 12 each time. The change in x is going up by 2 each time. So the slope is the change in y over the change in x and simplified to equal 6. Next one, what is the y-intercept? Again, the y-intercept is whenever x equals 0. Whatever's paired with it, that's the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is -1. Next question. How many revolutions does the rotor spin per minute? That's a clue that it wants the slope. So we'd have to find the change in y. This is a good time where you might need your calculator just to confirm what the change in y is. So 5,250 minus 1,750 gives you a change of 3,500. That's not the slope, though. That's just the change in y. The change in x is 2. The slope is the change in y over the change in x. So that simplifies. Again, you can use your calculator. Alpha y equals 1, 3,500 over 2. Simplifies to 1,750. So that is the slope. Next one, rate of change. So same thing, looking for the slope. The change in y, it's going up by 6 each time. The change in x, it's going up by 2 each time. So the slope is change in y over change in x, which simplifies to 3. So you would bubble that right here before the decimal, and it's a +3, so you would bubble the positive sign. You don't have to bubble the rest of the zeros. Next one, what is the rate of change? Same thing, asking for the slope. So this is going by 3, by 3, and by 3. This one's going by 2, and 2, and 2. So the slope is 3 over 2. The problem that makes this one challenging is that if you simplify 3 over 2, it still just gives you 3 over 2. But you want to bubble it, so that means you have to have it as a decimal. So alpha y equals 4 converts it to a decimal, so 1.5. So you would bubble that 1.5, and again, it's a positive number, so you'd bubble all those things. And then the last one, what is the rate of change? So again, it's asking for the slope. The change in y is 7.5. The change in x is 1. So the slope is 7.5 over 1, which simplifies to 7.5. So h. There you go.